Okay, so you mentioned holistic astrology. You also mentioned whole sign astrology, and I think that's really interesting. And people who aren't especially knowledgeable of astrology don't realize that there are several different disciplines. So can you
Yeah.
talk a little bit about your background, your preferences, and what draws you to those particular disciplines?
Yeah. There's a few things going on in what I mentioned. So one, there's there are quite a few, but the two main ones are Vedic astrology, which originates from India, and the other is Hellenistic, which comes from it's evolved from Babylonia all the way through to ancient Greece, and that's those are the two main um, what many people use on from, let's say, the Indian subcontinent over through to California, let's
Mhm.
say, like in this part of the hemisphere. Um, and most people in Europe and North America and Latin America and southern, like South Africa, that I've talked to use Hellenistic astrology. And so that's one component. Then within Hellenistic astrology, there's Placidus and whole sign house.
Mhm.
Placidus, I dabbled in for a while, but so many people, it's not as mainstream and it's much more difficult because it really relies on the houses change size depending on where the sun is in the sky. And so I switched over to whole sign house because most people understand whole sign house. It's
Mhm.
what most of the apps use.
Chinese.
So if I
Yep.
do a reading for a client, and one time I remember I did a reading for someone and their nodes were different in Placidus versus
Mhm.
the North Node and South Node, which are the karmic nodes of fate. They were different in Placidus and what they were used to in whole sign. And I kept noticing that started coming up a few times. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to switch back to whole sign because it's easier.
It's consistent and
It's consistent.
yeah.
It's what everybody uses. Yeah.